Why do astrologers say Capricorns are the most special people they encounter in their work? Aren't you curious too? Well, their ambitious, pragmatic, and hardworking nature are intriguing. But then you are only grading the tip of the iceberg. As Capricorn is represented by the Devil card in the tarot, there is always a naughty troublemaker inside everyone who bears this earth sign. Anyone who knows a Capricorn is aware that though they may initially appear a little reserved and controlled, there's never a dull moment with these sea goats. Stay with us as we unveil the characteristics of Capricorns you most likely paid enough attention to. Capricorn is the 10th of the 12 astrological signs that takes its origin from the constellation of Capricornus. From roughly December 22nd to January 20th, the Sun transits this region according to the tropical zodiac. Capricorn is seen as an earth sign and is actually the last earth sign. Its bearing is a negative polarity sign among the 4 cardinal signs in astrology, with Saturn being the ruler. The traditional depictions of Capricorn as a sea goat seem to have a connection to the Sumerian god of wisdom and the waters, who also had a tail and lower body of a fish and a goat's head and upper body. Never mind the whole description of a goat and a fish. Their characteristics are much more sophisticated than you would imagine. As said before, Capricorns are one of the special ones among the astrological signs. Discipline, hard work, and ambition are some of the traits and qualities that are common and at the forefront with them. Dolly Parton, Michelle Obama, Bradley Cooper, Mary J. Blige, Liam Hemsworth, and John Legend are all famous Capricorns who are renowned for their charm, elegance, and of course, their unmatched talents. Now, let's dive deep into these characteristics to see what makes them stand out. Capricorns are hard workers. If you want to identify a Capricorn, hard work is one of the major traits they possess. They are the toughest nuts to crack in the zodiac and have an unquenchable desire to succeed. They most probably owe their nature to the ruler of their constellation, Saturn. Saturn is the planet connected to obligations, deadlines, and most significantly, time. What's more, they possess strong work ethics, are ambitious, and can sometimes be seen as unemotional and cold. In situations where others might have given up a long time ago, they do not have the word give up in their dictionary. This is surely why they make excellent life partners, good friends, and colleagues. With the kind of get-it-done attitude they possess, Capricorns always make for good leaders, both in business and in their homes. Loyalty is a Capricorn's watchword. No one comes close to Capricorns when it comes to being loyal. They see nothing in going out of their way to give any possible assistance, showing up whenever they are needed, and being pretty committed. Capricorns genuinely care about the welfare of their friends and cherish those who they love. Although they like to hang out in small groups, Capricorns are devoted and supportive of their friends and family. They are aware of their own demands and personality features as well as those of others. Doers like Capricorns are all about making things happen. Even when faced with pressing deadlines and life or death situations, they will still make an extra effort to satisfy their closest friends' needs first before thinking of themselves. If you urgently need and require someone to reach out to, your best bet remains a Capricorn. Now, don't you wish you had more Capricorns as friends? Looking for humility? A Capricorn's got it. Another awesome characteristic that these earth signs have is their humble and down-to-earth nature. They never falter at admitting when they are wrong and thinking of themselves less. They will always strive to do the right things and never judge others. In fact, when people sing their praises, they have a way of maintaining their cool and never allow themselves to be carried away. Although they are humble, an opposite plot of circumstances causes them to be mistaken for a proud tribe, thanks to their immense confidence. They are hard decision makers. When it comes to making decisions, Capricorns take their time before making decisions, and we can't blame them. They will always look at things from different perspectives, weigh multiple options, not to mention the various mental calculations, before finally making up their mind. They have a great sense of humor. Imagine an astrological sign so serious, dedicated, and selfless with a sense of humor, and you get a full fantastic package. Capricorns are witty and adept at playing with words. If you want to have a good laugh, then you should have a Capricorn in your boat. Sitting among friends, they don't fail to bring their A-game to any topic of discussion. Trust them to make anywhere lively, even during heated arguments. The few jokes they would crack in between such conversations are sure to lighten the mood without hurting anyone. Capricorns work with facts. They are logical. Capricorns can't be fooled. You can go ahead and tell a Capricorn what you think they need to hear. That's on you. However, they would never take a side until they have heard from both parties. It's always natural for a Capricorn to be skeptical. They never act on rumors until they have all the proof they need. They're excellent team players. If you're looking at setting up a team, your focus should be on getting a Capricorn on board. Whatever tasks they are given to handle, they do so on time and to the best of their ability. Capricorns also do their best to assist other members of the team meet set targets and conclude their tasks. They do not like delays or lateness, and as such, they rally everyone to quickly get tasks done. Ambitious and daring is their thing. To be a Capricorn is to be ambitious, with a mix of a daring nature. As ambitious as they are, these signs are always on a quest to accomplish all that they have on their bucket list and even more. They are never afraid to climb higher on their next mountain hike, take on new challenges, reach the peak of their career, and achieve monumental goals. Although they might not be the most gifted person in the room, Capricorns put in the greatest effort and never give up. Their dreams and visions drive them to get to where they wish and achieve whatever they can on their way. What about their romantic compatibility? When it comes down to romantic attachment, Capricorns are incredibly compatible with Taurus and Virgo, who are fellow Earth signs. They are somewhat suitable for one another in terms of priorities and values. The other signs simply have to let them get on with their business since it's something the Earth crew always does. As sweet and formidable as these sea goats appear, they still have their flaws and we love them nonetheless. They can be workaholics. It's usually not so difficult for a Capricorn to be seen as being a workaholic. More often than never, they tend to stay back late at the office to ensure that they conclude as many tasks as they can. While this can be categorized as a negative trait, their colleagues and bosses might think otherwise. Since it profits the company, why should anyone care? As a goat is stubborn, so is the Capricorn. Capricorns have this knack for stubbornness that sometimes puts them at loggerheads with their colleagues or superiors. This is usually born out of their determination to get things done, and not just done, but done in their own way. If a Capricorn successfully manages to make a decision, getting them to change is usually a task that hardly gets accomplished. For them, they're hardly wrong and love to do whatever they want to do. However, pointing out the mistakes made by others is something they're pretty good at doing. Pessimism and suspicion is in their nature. Capricorns are pessimistic as they usually have this difficulty of seeing the positive side of things. For them, they see it as being realistic and not everyone thinks the same way. Funny enough, even though they only roll in small circles, Capricorns trust nobody. They always have a suspicious nature that makes them feel someone is plotting against them. This is why they are always on their guard to avoid being caught unaware. Materialistic tendencies are a norm with the Capricorn. A Capricorn's hardworking nature, determination, and ambition push them to work toward getting the best out of life. This seal sometimes goes overboard and causes them to lust over material things and power, so that they may begin to prioritize these material items over people. The Capricorn remains one of the best of the 12 zodiac signs. They can easily fit into any environment they find themselves in, as being hardworking is never a problem. These sea goats also have a lot of wonderful characteristics and are perfect for great friends and partners. However, some of their negative sides are a no-no for some of the other zodiac signs, such as Aquarius, Gemini, and Sagittarius. As such, it could be quite difficult to match them with these signs for relationships or marriage. But Capricorns have nothing to worry about in this regard. They can find their lifelong romance in the Earth Gang.